Kaufman is a live YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, Wolverine, issue number 2 from the new ongoing Wolverine series by Marvel Comics. I got a variant cover here. This is by Carlos Gomez and Jesus Aburtov. Pretty cool cover. I like the Marvel Comics Presents aesthetic on it. I like that we've got Wolverine here reading this new issue of Storm that just came out while he's kind of battling these bad guys. It's pretty funny. I like it a lot. One of my favorite things about this comic book, really, after reading through it, the cover really doesn't have too much to do with what's going on in the comic book. Wolverine's not fighting ninjas in this issue. He's actually fighting Department H. There's some really great artwork in here by the artist Martin Coccolo. The writer here is Saladin Ahmed. We've got Brian Valenza on the colors. Corey Petit does the letters. This was a $4.99 comic book. It's Legacy issue 394. So we'll be having that big double-sized number 400th Legacy issue coming up in about 6 months, most likely. So, but again, some really good artwork here. I really like Martin Coccolo's Wolverine. Here's the Department H thugs. So we don't have ninjas, but we've kind of got these faceless mercenaries here. They're out hunting a killer in the wilderness here in Canada. And the killer's got these claw marks. We've learned that they've killed a camper, a group of Mounties, and then Wolverine smells a scent that he recognizes, and we get the Wendigo here making his return. We get a quick little skirmish between Wolverine and the Wendigo. Again, I really like Martin Coccolo's Wolverine. Really solid looking Wolverine. I like the costume too. I'd say my main complaint overall about kind of this series is it does feel a bit generic though so far. We're not doing too many new things here. And the one new thing that we do in this that I'll get into, I didn't really like very much. So, but we've just got Wolverine. He's in his blue and yellow costume here. He's in the Canadian wilderness. He's unsure about, his own path forward right now. So we're not doing anything too new at this point. So I like the first issue being the battle with Cyber. And I did a review of that first issue already. And so I thought this series started off pretty strong. But I was hoping for like a villain of the month type of a series here, but I don't know if that's exactly what we're going to be getting. So we see the Wendigo, who can only speak its own name, but we see him for the first time ever speak the words help. And we see this kind of like sad, dejected looking Wendigo here. And Wolverine's really confused at first, and he realizes that he's leading him somewhere. This reminds me of any of those videos you might see of like dogs leading people to another animal that's like trapped, or like cats have done it, I've seen. That's kind of what this reminds me of. So this Wendigo takes him to this cabin and hands him this book. And Wolverine says that, the X-Men took him in when he was just an animal, so he feels like he can't deny the Wendigo any help here. So he opens the book, and it's kind of like one of those, regular looking like journal papers that you can just buy at any sort of store for like a couple bucks. And we see that there's this whole comic that's been drawn in here, 2 whole pages, really detailed, some really nice work by this artist. And when we read through the story, we find out it's actually the Wendigo himself who drew this. And it's pretty ridiculous. So the character who would become this Wendigo was in the wilderness with his friends here, and as they got trapped in a storm in this cabin, he started to draw all of this story about what they were going through. And apparently he even drew the page when he decided to cut open his friend and eat him. And apparently he's drawing his descent into madness here, perhaps. I don't know if this is some sort of meta commentary on comic book artists or something, but it's really bizarre. And I would think the Wendigo would overtake him pretty quickly. So, he did a really fantastic job drawing this pretty quickly. So it's just kind of a weird story, the way that the Wendigo would just hand Wolverine this book to show him that this is what he's gone through. It's a bit far-fetched, even for a comic book, I feel like. I feel like a better way they could have told this story, and, I'm not a comic book writer or anything. I have no credits to my name or anything, so what do I know? But, maybe kept one of the people who he was with in the cabin alive, maybe his father or somebody who cared about him, maybe who got away, and they could have drawn this. And they could have been like an advocate for the Wendigo character and come in contact with Wolverine and asked him to help. I guess they wanted to kind of, do the subversive thing and have the Wendigo talk by saying help for the first time. So, but just a really weird way to tell this story. And then they start getting attacked by Department H here. So Wolverine, of course, jumps into action to defend the Wendigo. We get some really cool pages here of them running through the woods, trying to get away. Looks very cinematic. I like how the trees are just kind of going into all these the panel lines here. It looks really good. Really good art in this book. So as this Wendigo and Wolverine make their escape, the Wendigo leaves Wolverine behind and starts attacking somebody else and kills them, and then looks almost sad about it. So, Wolverine should have just killed him already. He's already killed multiple people, plus Mounties, and he obviously can't control himself. So, just a weird story. I didn't really think it was very good, honestly, as far as like this whole Wendigo. I don't like them turning him into this sympathetic character. I don't know. It's just very, very odd. So we'll see where it goes. I also don't like where this, it's kind of to be continued as well. This feels like something that could have all been wrapped up within one issue, wherever it's going. So I don't know if I'll be sticking around for this comic book, issue 3. We'll see. I'll let you know, of course. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys on the next one.